Okay, yes, sir. Go ahead.
I appreciate you taking the call. And so, anyway, I first wanted to tell you, I just heard the story of what happened to you and what happened to your sister.
That's interesting that he would have just now told an attorney about that, but go ahead.
I don't know. What's that, man?
I said that's interesting that he would have just now told an attorney about that, but go ahead.
He would have just now told an attorney about that.
Huh?
I just learned about it today, so I just thought it was more appropriate to just tell you that, my sympathies are with you. I do know a little bit of something about what you're going through, but I don't want to go into it because it was so long ago when I experienced something. I didn't get victimized.
This has nothing, sir. Sir, I don't mean to cut you off. This doesn't.
It's irrelevant. You're right. Let me
correct.
explain to you. Okay.
What I'm going through and what I personally go through is irrelevant to the facts of the nights of what occurred that night, and I remember every bit of it. And the police reports and his statements are very disturbing, to say the least.
Okay. One of the things is that they don't have a copy of the police report.
I do.
So, I know you do, and that's why I was saying I wasn't calling to start going over that. I was just calling.
That's correct.
It's a request, and it's only a request. It's certainly nothing other than a request.
Mm-hmm.
Is that he wants to tell you what happened.
Wait.
Mistake.
First, I have a question: is why are you calling me and not Trey?
Well, because Trey's family has been looking out for him for a long time. Okay?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
He'll be able to tell you this, but the reason is because Trey has made some friends with people that aren't good, and so Trey is a bit on the naive side, and so his parents have come to me before with situations where he gave somebody some money, or he did something that he shouldn't have done. His dad...
Trey is not as naive as you...
The family comes from has asked me to please make sure that I can at least... They don't want to stick... They don't want to... It's embarrassing to have when you're a grown man, to have your family treating you like you're a 16-year-old kid. They want somebody to do something.
Excuse me,
so
sir.
That's why they came.
Pardon me.
Not Trey. So that's what it is. And so you can say, well, so what? None of this has anything to do with me.
Excuse me, can I... You don't know what I'm thinking. You won't even let me get a word out. How are you saying, well, you must be thinking I can't get a word out? Sir, please calm down so that we can have a proper conversation, because you sound very emotionally invested in this personally, first of all, which does not lead to good communication. Secondly, it is sad that a man would have to be treated like a 16-year-old. That is not a man. That is a coddled, protected child. I'm very aware of those. I was shot by one, by the way.
This guy is the same type?
Same type, yes, correct. And that's why him and Trey got along so well. Trey was very well of his criminal activity and and what he was involved in, because he told me that verbally himself. And on the phone several days ago, when we had the first and only verbal contact we had, Trey's statements implicate him as an accessory to murder. Again, I'm sure he's told you I have a book coming out. I had just gotten the police reports released because I was fighting with Ascension Parish for years to get those reports. And that's because there was so much stuff in there that they had done that can come back on them. And as I've told Trey, and as he's told his parents, and Trey is not naive. Trey knows a lot of people that I used to know. His parents can believe that, but again, those are his parents. He's not naive. He's involved with criminalistic people. He's involved with criminalistic activity. That there is none of my business. Personally, I don't care. All I care about is the 24 hours that he was with my sister and Roger and in the driveway while I was getting shot. Now, he did lie to me on the phone about how long the presence of the truck was there. I mean, I don't know if And besides that, he was all gung-ho to meet with me, and for us, at first it was just to compare stories of each other, like, okay, you know this is what I know, because I was only 4 days, I had just come back to Baton Rouge from being in college, and was only back for 4 days, so I had absolutely no idea. He knew more about the criminal activity going on than I did, and that's my sister, and I'd known that man, the guy that shot us, for 6 years. He knew more about what was going on in their daily lives than I did, again, because I was away from college. So I was initially excited at the meeting just to compare notes and, okay, and kind of put pieces together for each other. Until I received his text that was that I could tell was a lie of him backing out. And then my publisher told me to make sure that he knows that he's given the opportunity to clear up any type of misconceptions or anything that he would like to. He's afraid because he knows what his word, that he's going to be confronted with his own statement, which implicates him in his own statement to this criminal behavior. And that's deplorable. It's horrible. And Trey has not told anybody about his involvement with the murder of my sister and my shooting, because he is ashamed and has something to hide, obviously, as he should be.
Let me start. First of all, I appreciate you taking the call. Second of all, what you're noticing, you're not the first, and I have no emotional investment in this. That I can assure you. I've been practicing law for over 20 years. And I was not contacted by Trey. I was contacted
by his parents. That's the connection. Trust me, I come from a very high. Let me just say this, I come from a very highly political family. I'm very well of how the system works, and I'm very well aware of how you have to be, juiced in to attorneys for them to actually go.
The last thing you said, has to be what?
Have to be juiced in. You have to know somebody. You have to know somebody personally, or have some sort of trusting relationship like that to have an attorney. Even make a call like this. So I do. So I do believe that you are.
I'm giving you facts. That's what you really want, and I respect that.
Correct.
You like what you want are facts.
Well, I mean, it's in his best interest, because this book will be published, and he didn't tell anybody about what he's done, and everyone will know. And that's why he's upset.
I might be able to help you get. I mean, realize that I didn't call you to represent you. You're correct, and you're right. I wanted to give you facts, because that's what you're missing, and that's why you feel frustrated.
I'm not frustrated. I'm making sure that my book, because his role in my book was told to me differently. So
Ascension Parish hadn't given you the facts that you wanted for years.
Pardon me. Stop assuming my thoughts and my feelings. You're not me, and I'm.
That Ascension Parish wouldn't give you the police report for years.
Correct. I was told because of their involvement in it.
Okay, well, maybe that didn't frustrate you. It would have frustrated me. I can't speak.
Okay, well, again, please calm down. I'm not.
Very limited thing.
I'm not. Okay, listen to me. I'm not speaking on emotion. I'm about facts for my book. I have a stress disorder, and your anxiety is stressing me out enough. You're not even representing Trey. You're representing his parents. That makes no sense. So Trey said he was going to meet with me today. Whatever Trey has to say, he can call me. That is not a problem, and he knows that. I have no harsh words for him in person or over the phone at all. I have no ill will intent towards him at all. I'm actually being very gracious at giving him the opportunity to clear whatever misconceptions up there are based on what his own statement says in the police report, which is quite inflammatory and can even garner criminal charges, because there is no statute of limitations on murder. There just isn't. And what?
You'd like to get what you want this afternoon.
It's not what I want to get. Trey said he's going to meet with me. That is on his. That's on his benefit. That is up to him.
No, I'm asking you a question. That's all.
I'm not answering it because you do not represent Trey. Trey. No, that is. That is.
I don't want to make things worse.
That is not. That is.
Mom called me, but I am a very careful lawyer.
Sir, sir, I do not have time for this back and forth. I'm looking for something specific. There's not. I do not. You do not represent Trey. You made that clear when you first called. Okay. Now.
You represent Trey.
Now. Okay. Now you're starting to get aggressive.
I couldn't get it out. You wouldn't let me finish. I'm not trying to.
All my calls are monitored and recorded. You said you don't. That's fine, sir.
Trey's mom called me.
Sir. I don't have time. I don't have time for this. If this grown man wants to clear his name, he knows how to get a hold of me. If not, this is going. This is.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. If you want what you want, you can have it this afternoon.
Sir.
I can see to it that you have it this afternoon.
I'm not looking for anything. My book can go to print.
I want to just talk to Trey about what really happened.
No, it's his opportunity. If he takes it, he takes it. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
You can have it this afternoon.
I don't. It's not my opportunity, sir. You're missing this. Get your emotions out of this, please.
This afternoon? Do you want to?
Do I want to hear what he has to say this afternoon? I'm going to hear from if either Trey. I've got the text messages and everything. If Trey has been given the opportunity, Trey can call me.
Talk to you this afternoon, but his parents have said that we want him to talk to you with your tape recorder on. He wants to give a tape recorded statement to you. Okay? And not him, but his parents, and he's a.
So why does he need an attorney for this? If he's done nothing wrong, why does he need an attorney for this?
Because, well, I would rather explain that. If you have a lawyer, I would rather your lawyer would understand it.
Oh, I have plenty of lawyers, sir, and they.
Nothing wrong in wanting to give the statement in front of his lawyer.
In this matter, if he did nothing wrong, pardon me. I need to finish my sentence for you to be able to respond to my complete and intended thoughts.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Especially considering the conversation we had before, and his attitude and everything about how just want to get together, which you don't know about, but I do, and it can be played back for you, but it will be dictated for the book as well. And you know what? I can just go with all this stress. I can just go with the police reports, and if he wants to fight that, he's going to fight his own words in court.
He wants to give you the statement. I thought you wanted it, but you were just doing it as a courtesy to him. I now realize. I
was doing it as a courtesy to him, and he involved an attorney. Can I finish? Let me finish my statement, please, so you can understand. If you listen, you would understand better. Based on his reactions to the police reports, meeting, and everything else like that, and the conversations that we've had, he has set off alarm bells, and now he is behaving as if he has something to hide, and if he's ashamed, and that he is scared. You are not the first person he went to with this. He went to my ex-boyfriend with this first, before he came to an attorney. So Trey has been digging himself quite a disgusting hole before you've even called me all weekend. You might want to talk to your client about that. I am giving him an opportunity, him alone. If he doesn't want that opportunity,
if only talk to him if he's not in the presence of an attorney. I can tell him that. If that's your position, that's fine. I just want to find out.
It's one-on-one. It's one-on-one.
I'm thinking this is an adversarial thing, and it's not. I was telling you this, is that after Trey's mom calls me, then Trey calls me, and I said, well, okay, Trey, first of all, I don't practice criminal law. I have, but it was a long time ago. It's not my specialty. He says, well, I don't need anybody saying criminal. He says, I want to tell her everything she wants to know.
He tries to tell me what he tries to tell me.
I'm able to finish a sentence, Caitlin. I mean, when you hear the tape back, you're going to hear that.
That's
because
fine.
All I'm saying is very much granting a request, but I think I get it. The request is you only want to hear his statement if he's not in the presence of an attorney. And that's okay. If that's what you're saying, I can communicate that. I'm just trying to find out
I'm trying to find out why he's afraid of criminal litigation based on what he has said and if what he's saying is true.
He's not. His parents said, before you go talking, because sometimes he says...
Because he just now told his parents that he witnessed a murder.
I have no idea.
Isn't that a little strange?
You have to understand something. The first I heard of any of this was this morning.
But you know his parents, and if they would have known about that he witnessed something like this and was involved in something like this in 2006, you would have known.
His father is probably in a mental hospital. So his father hasn't contacted me. His father goes in and out of a mental hospital.
Well, I probably should be by now. Get shot 6 times and witness your sister's murder.
Years. Now, Trey's dad has been in and out of mental hospitals for the last 4 years.
Please do not expect me to feel empathy for any of their position. That has nothing to do with me.
No, I'm not asking for empathy. So when I say his family, his father...
Mine's dead.
...probably in a mental hospital. His mother has a job, functions, and she's protected because her son has made some mistakes, as you have indicated. And so there's a lot of what you're saying
that involves murder. That's not a mistake, sir. And I would appreciate if you retract that statement from a mistake. Being involved in a murder is not a mistake.
I'm talking about your situation. I'm talking about situations that I've known about in the past, not this one.
Well, then please do not talk about any other situations other than the one that I'm directly talking about, because that is all I'm referencing. I don't care what he's done in his past. I care about that night.
Why?
I care about February 4th on.
I was just trying to explain to you why I called. Nothing else.
But
I called.
But I'm giving him an opportunity. Basically, point blank, I'm giving him an opportunity. If he does not want to take that opportunity, like I told him, it will be adjusted as well.
He wants to talk to you.
Yes, that is correct, sir.
He wants to talk to you, but you're saying that you will not talk to him unless no lawyer is there, and that's okay.
Those words did not come out of my mouth. That statement didn't come out of my mouth.
I'm granting your request to talk to you in front of me.
No, he granted.
I called to say, and it shouldn't have really. To what extent it was my fault that this took
Again,
so long.
No one's granting a request of mine. It's an opportunity. He either takes it or he does not. That is on his name.
Your request, whatever you want to call it. He wants to take the opportunity to tell you what happened, and out of respect for his mother, he wants to do it in my office. If you say, "Well, too bad, I'm not going to let you do it at your lawyer's office," then I'll tell him that.
Then
that's your right.
You need to adjust your thing. I have not said I'm not going to let you give your statement at your attorney's office. This is a one-on-one thing. You, an attorney, do not need to be involved. I'm not bringing my attorney. I don't like attorneys, personally.
Well, don't judge us all together. Kind of like saying, that's kind of like judging all black people or all gay people. Try to distinguish between...
Excuse me, sir. Do not reference bigotry and racism.
You don't like all attorneys.
Excuse me, sir. I didn't... Did you hear me say all? Because if you...
Because I try to be different. I don't like a lot of them.
Well, you keep putting words in my sentence and saying what I'm thinking when you can't even tell what I'm thinking. So I really don't like your personality type, personally, either. I don't like attorneys.
My personality, Caitlin.
Based on our conversation thus far, I can tell you I do not like your personality type.
You don't think that's kind of not enough information to judge my entire personality in one phone conversation?
Based on my professional opinion, sir, I do not like the tone and the cadence of your personality and the way that you've come at me several different ways on this subject matter. That is my professional opinion. That's all.
If you pre-recorded the conversation, I would just make a slight request, which is after you get off the conversation and do something else for a while, go back and listen to it, and you might look at it a little differently. Because I'm not making any strong statements at all.
Did you just say what you just did? You just told me to do something to my personal... You have no right to be telling me... I don't have time for... I'm very busy, sir. Trey can either take me up on the opportunity I'm giving him or not. That is all. You have a good day, sir. I started the tape recording when the phone call started because it was an unknown number, and I was unaware of my need for the voice recorder until he had announced who he was, that he was an attorney representing Trey Iverstine, who is implicated by his own words in my sister's, me and my sister's shooting. This number comes up as from the Brule Law Firm, located at 3999 South Sherwood Forest Boulevard, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 70816. Again, he says he has it's a family law firm, and as the gentleman said, he has extensive, work with the family and everything. And just like I told him, I don't like attorneys. It's just a personal thing, and he has a straightforward opportunity to sit down with me face to face, and if he's telling the truth and he has nothing to worry about, then that shouldn't be a problem, and there should be no attorney involved. And if he does have something to worry about, which by his own statements in the police report it appears he does, then I can understand why he would be nervous and trying to involve attorneys. But that is not the option. He just has an opportunity here to clear up something he's already said. Whether he takes that or not is his decision, but it won't be at a law firm. Again, it is now 1:40 p.m. on November 8th, 2015.